Alright, hey guys, so first let's see what this trick looks like from my perspective. Alright, so that's basically it. Let's jump right in. So as you saw, there is a bit of a slack element right there, so you're definitely going to want to get rid of your string tension because it's going to make it a lot more easy to actually catch the slack. So let's begin the learning process. Also, real quick, I'm using the YoYo Factory bind for this tutorial. So let's jump right in. So we're going to start out in a basic trapeze, just like so. And you're going to make a wrap around the yo-yo with your non-throw hand coming from the back. So around the back half of the yo-yo, just like that. From here, what you're going to do is you're going to pinch with your non-throw hand like this. And now this is a really kind of strange whip, but you're going to whip the yo-yo technically from the underside in a clockwise direction around the yo-yo. However, when you actually do this whip, you're going to do it in such a way that the string doesn't actually come off the yo-yo. You're going to strictly just be moving the string into the yo-yo in another way. So what I mean by that is this. This is what the loop should look like. So notice when I do that whip right there, there's a loop that comes down to the bottom right there. However, one common misconception people have with this trick is they try to loop the string around and it comes off the front half of the yo-yo like that. See how there's no actual string underneath the yo-yo? So the difference is when I'm looping the yo-yo, I'm looping perfectly in this plane right here. So I'm staying in this kind of XY plane right here. When people start running into trouble with this trick, what they're doing is they're whipping the yo-yo in more of a kind of Z plane like that. So again, what I mean is when I'm whipping this string, I'm whipping it perfectly in this kind of up, down, left, right plane like that. People have issues when they start whipping more forwards and backwards. So really try to make sure that when you're whipping the string into the groove of the yo-yo, you're staying in that kind of plane. So again, we're gonna go right here and we're gonna whip underneath the yo-yo like that so the slack comes over. Now we should have a slack down here. And if you don't, I highly recommend you guys take a look at some slow-mo. And also one quick tip about this trick, make sure that you're whipping fairly hard with this trick. You can't really just kind of lazily go like that. It's not really gonna work. So make sure that when you're doing this trick, you whip pretty hard. Also, when you finish whipping like that, make sure your arms are crossed, that my non-throw hand is over my throw hand like this, and you should be in this kind of configuration. All right, so again, we're just like that. And now we kind of have this little slack right here. Now here kind of comes the hard part of the trick, and that's catching that slack right there, because it really can take some getting used to, and it is a little bit challenging. So here's what I suggest you guys do. When you're whipping like this, now that you're in this kind of cross arm configuration, you're gonna swing the yo to your left using your non-throw hand. So I'm gonna use this hand right here to kind of swing the yo to my left. And from there, what you're gonna do is really just aim to grab that slack. Now, once you get this trick actually down, you can work on just like actually catching it with your thumb, which is kind of like the level up. But for now, when we're just learning this trick, try just like grabbing it with your actual hand like this, instead of aiming for your thumb. However, once you get the trick down, you can actually land it with your thumb like that, but that does take some practice. So let's just start out with the basic way to do this trick. Again, we're gonna go around like this, whip hard like that. And again, all in one motion, we're gonna swing the yo to our left using our non-throw hand, and then we're gonna just kind of try to grab for that string right there. Just like that. You should be in this kind of Pac-Man mount. Now, you may have a couple twists here and there. That will just take some practice to get rid of them. But again, really just try to, when you're starting, just grab the whole entire string with your non-throw hand. So what I mean by that, just try to grab that string right there, and you'll eventually get into this mount. And so once you've kind of grabbed that string and whipped into this mount right here, what you can basically just do is, if you want, you can put it on your thumb like that, so you can be in the true Pac-Man mount, and you can really just drop that configuration and you'll be in a trapeze. So when you're in this mount, you can drop either your pointer finger or your thumb of your non-throw hand, and you'll just be in a basic trapeze. And so really, that's the trick. This trick is definitely a little bit harder than it actually looks. It really looks pretty simple, but this trick definitely takes some practice. So really try to stick with it and keep practicing. One more time, I'm gonna go through each step of this trick. So we're in a basic trapeze. We're making sure that the trapeze loop is close to the yo-yo. Bring our hand around like that. Now we're gonna whip underneath the yo-yo, just like so that the slack is hanging right there. Swing the yo to our left, and we're gonna grab that slack with our hand. Now we're in the Pac-Man mount. You can put it on your thumb right there, drop in whichever way you want, and bind.